To do mathematics, there must be a mathematician, and as it turns out, the great mathematicians who have ever so shifted our view of the world with their genius are the most interesting kind of person. In their work, one may see through the mathematician's mind and discover more about mathematics and the state of thought. We'll begin our observations of the great ancient mathematicians with Thales of Miletus. Thales is widely considered to be the first scientist, or the father of science. But he's also accredited with the first mathematical discovery. He was the first to use deductive reasoning, which he employed to determine the heights of pyramids and prove Thales' theorem, which states that if A, B, and C are distinct points on a circle where the line AC is the diameter, then the angle ABC is the right angle. Then comes Pythagoras of Samos. He believed in the divine properties of numbers, especially the whole numbers, as did his cult of followers. One of his most famous discoveries was the Pythagorean theorem, that the square of the hypotenuse of a right triangle is equal to the squares of the other two sides. However, when this was used to show that simple ratios between sides of a triangle produce numbers that cannot be represented rationally, he was distraught. The famous proof goes like this, that a squared equal 2b squared, where a, b are whole numbers without any common factor greater than 1. If a is odd, then there's an immediate contradiction, since 2b squared is even. If a is even, say 2c, then we can deduce that 2c squared is equal to b squared, so b is even, and hence a, b have a common factor too, again a contradiction. Next comes Zeno of Elea. Zeno stunned the mathematical philosophers of Athens by presenting his four motion paradoxes. First is the dichotomy, which states, motion is impossible because every moving object must reach the middle of its destination before the end, but before the middle it must have reached the quarter mark. Hence, at infinitum, the motion could never have started in the first place. Second, Achilles. Achilles can never overtake a turtle with a head start because he must first reach the place where the turtle started, and then the turtle has already gone ahead. At infinitum, Achilles never overtakes the turtle. The other two follow a similar pattern. Zeno developed the idea of ad absurdum. Following seemingly logical reasoning, he reached absurdity. Now, although not known especially for his mathematics, Plato was considered the maker of mathematicians, due to his conversations with and recordings of the work of the ancient Greek mathematicians. Indeed, so entranced was he of Pythagoras' appreciation of the whole numbers and the mathematics of the world, he described above his academy, "Let no man ignorant of geometry enter here." Furthermore, he believed that the world worked due to geometry, and devised his 5 Platonic solids as the 5 elements that made up everything. The most famous Greek geometer and logician was Euclid of Alexandria, known mainly for his Elements, as well as the treatises Optics, Data, and Phenomena. He founded geometry using his rigorous proofs, and he was one of the first to realize that each proof necessitated rigorous assumptions or axioms, which is how he starts off the Elements. In that book, he had collected various elegant geometrical proofs, and through his assumptions, he devised Euclidean geometry. Perhaps the greatest mathematician of all time, grouped alongside Newton and Gauss 2 millennia later, is Archimedes of Syracuse. He is given the title King of Mathematicians, well deserved, and is well respected throughout all mathematical history. Some of his achievements include general methods for finding areas under curves, a method for calculating pi, managing to fix it between 3 1/7 and 3 10/73, methods for approximating square roots, and 2,000 years between Newton and Leibniz. He created proofs for integral and differential calculus. His mathematical brain was also used to revolutionize mechanics, creating levers and the principles of hydrostatics, and building mechanisms to offload ships, catapults, and using mirrors to burn far-off ships. The ancient mathematicians devoted their lives to mathematics, believing it to be fundamental in the world and thought. The great Archimedes famously said, "Do not disturb my circles," studying maths moments before being slain in the Second Punic War.